All right, everybody still has a lot of good energy. That's good. That's awesome because we saved the most forward-looking session for last. What's next on the product roadmap?
That's right. The keynote gave you the vision, the breakouts gave you the tools, and the workshops got us all building together. Now we'll pull the curtain back on the future.
Yeah, and you guys got a taste of the roadmap during the keynote, but we want to make sure that you walk away from Discover with a clear understanding of the tools that are available for you today, but also the ones that we're going to deliver tomorrow, and so that you guys can build the future of agreement management together with us. So let's dig in.
And we're thrilled to introduce Docusign platform leaders Larry Jin and Apurva Dalal to the stage to help you show what's to come. Welcome.
Hello, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. You made it to the most important session, the one standing between you and a nice cold drink. We appreciate that. We'll make it up to you by showing you the future. We'll talk about the product innovation coming your way, all the goodness, developer, builder goodness coming your way as part of this presentation. But let's start with introductions. I'm Apurva Dalal. I lead engineering teams that build for all of you, developers, builders, partners. And joining me today is my amazing and esteemed colleague, Larry Jin, who is the head of product management for the same important area. And before we dive further, it's a reminder that this presentation will include forward-looking statements. The usual disclaimers apply. I'm sure you've seen this slide before today, through the day, so
Our favorite.
No surprise here. There's truly never been a better time to be a builder. AI is here. And AI is no longer a novelty. It's an absolute necessity. AI has shifted in terms of being a pair programmer, your co-creator, right? Pair programmer at 2 a.m., it's the brainstormer that never runs out of caffeine. What used to take weeks now takes hours. So the actual friction between an idea and deployment has vanished. That's the great news for all of us. And it's even more exciting time to be a Docusign developer, a Docusign builder. Why is that? Because our platform now has gone way beyond e-signatures. We are no longer just about e-signatures. You are not just embedding signatures anymore. You're going to start embedding agreement intelligence itself. You're going to be building end-to-end workflows that unlock how the world agrees. And our vision is very clear. We want to empower developers like you to build solutions that redefine how the world agrees. And this we'll do because we have a platform story that we build with all of you together, powered by AI as the foundational layer. Builders who want to integrate, extend, embed, and orchestrate agreement workflows in ways that even we haven't imagined yet at Docusign. That's the goal. That's the goal for all of you. So Docusign's IAM platform, as you know, allows you to connect and automate the entire life cycle of agreements. But what's very important is it can do that for your specific business needs. Think of various use cases, right? You're automating onboarding for financial services. You are automating sales workflows, procurement workflows, finance workflows, HR workflows. You are going to help reshape how agreements drive these businesses in this new AI-powered era. And with that, let me pass it back to Larry to share more on how well this platform vision is going to work for all of you developers. Larry, over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Apurva. You heard earlier from Alan in the morning that this vision that we have is not theoretical. It's not fluff. It's real, and it's already happening. You heard earlier today from Alan that we have over 1,000 partner integrations that have been built by many of you in this room. And we'll continue to do so. And every one of those integrations has, of course, contributed to bringing forward this vision that we're talking about. Now, stepping back a little bit, last November, we had our first ever Docusign Discover event right here in San Francisco, where we introduced Docusign for developers. Feels like we've come a long way, right?
Yeah.
And that was our commitment to giving you, our builders, the power to do a few things. It was one, extend our products, bringing your services into our platform. You saw a pretty awesome demo of connected fields earlier today that I think illustrates that. Number two, integrate advanced agreement management capabilities directly into your applications. Again, shout out to Joanna that showed that with Fiserv in the morning. Number three, access to more powerful tools to build agreement workflows. Think of all the goodness in MCP Server and being able to hook up an app in minutes right within VS Code or your IDE of choice. I mean, how awesome was that? And then number four, our commitment to bringing your solution to our customers. So the App Center, which allows you to publish your app, your solution, to reach our 1.7 million customers. And all throughout Discover today, you've seen how we've continued to advance the Docusign IAM platform. We're empowering you to play just such a central role in solving that decades-old problem tied to poor agreement management practices and be part of that every step along the way. So let's get to the meat and potatoes, the roadmap. So everything that you're about to see is built on those core themes that you've seen all throughout the day, all the sessions that we've anchored around. These aren't just features. We're talking about investments in you, and this is how we're empowering this community to really push those boundaries. First, let's start with how we're going to help you automate the agreement lifecycle, enabling you to deliver more streamlined customer experiences, or CX, from start to finish. This is super important. We've seen through examples that our partners have built, our customers have built all throughout the day of really how do we drive a better CX customer experience for end users, for students, for patients, et cetera. So when we say automating, we're really talking about getting rid of a lot of the frustrating manual work that's embedded in so many of these types of processes today. So whether that's corralling assets, copy and pasting nightmare of data, re-entering data, the swivel chair problem from one system into another, the endless download, upload, rinse and repeat. These aren't just friction points. These are invitations for error. We talked about NIGO earlier. That's a perfect example of that, right? There's a revenue impact. There's a customer experience and friction impact. There's a trust impact. There's a regulatory impact. These are real problems. And the IAM platform is built to eliminate those. It connects the entire agreement process into a seamless flow. We're talking about end-to-end use cases like patient intake in healthcare, right? Account maintenance in financial services. We saw a great example of that earlier. Client onboarding for business services like wealth management, and many more. So once you've built an automated workflow using some of the tools like Maestro, you're going to need to be able to run it. We're giving you new ways to trigger workflows based on agreement status and other events. So we announced today that we're launching the Maestro API to GA. It's very exciting, and now you can integrate that into your custom solutions. So now you can list your workflows, you can invoke them, you can monitor workflow instances in your custom app or portal or dashboard or middleware. But we're adding more. We're expanding so that you can integrate connect events like upgrading, creating, updating, or deleting an agreement, envelope completion, recipient events that then let you kick off these Maestro workflows based on any of these events. So now you have all kinds of ways that you can trigger those based on the events that happen within the Docusign system. One example of this is when a Navigator ingestion processing completes. So you take a use case where customers need to upload thousands of documents from shared drives or other sources into Navigator and use our AI to extract those values. Well, now you can hook that up to custom Maestro workflows that then take that even further, push the data into other systems, do further data post-processing and cleanup. We're even going to have agreement desk events soon, where let's say you route an agreement desk request for approval, legal approval, for instance. Well, now you can use those to trigger Maestro workflows and just start to automate so many more around the agreement process Incredibly excited about that. And next up, we're injecting more automation directly into eSign and Maestro to eliminate manual errors. The first, we've been talking about this use case all day, data verification. This is so awesome. Bringing that data verification, not just in the point of signing, which you saw some of those examples today, but actually at the point of sending. So when our customers prepare and send an envelope, we're actually going to bring the data verification directly into email, phone number before they hit send. That means fewer delivery failures and higher completion rates. We're very excited about that. Better customer outcomes, less friction. Second, we're going to open up a new HTTP request extension for Maestro that allows you to hook up more systems, external systems, into Maestro. It lets you connect any third-party system that has a REST API directly into Maestro in a low-code way. And then within the App Center, all you have to do is configure the inputs and outputs so that that API can be integrated without having to host custom middleware. This is something we've actually heard several of our developers and partners want to be able to integrate into Maestro, but not necessarily have to write a lot of additional middleware code, find a place to host it, so on and so forth. I was also made some promises that we're going to upgrade that so that any MCP server could be called within Maestro. So Ahmad, one of our other engineering partners, is in the room, and we just made a commitment on his behalf. So he was asking for that all day, and you got your wish. So we're very excited about that. Again, more options for you to integrate, reduce developer burden, because ultimately it's not about how many lines of code you write, it's about outcomes for customers, right? And last, we're enhancing the way that we bring in and export files to external systems. If you think about document movement, it's all about pushing both structured data and files between systems, and we're enhancing how we do that. So now you can push your completed agreements into systems like SharePoint, Google Sheets, Salesforce. Again, no more download, upload, rinse and repeat nightmare. Next, a key innovation that streamlines the overall agreement management customer experience that we launched earlier this year is called Workspaces. Now today, very complex transactions that have many documents involved, for example, a loan, could require multiple envelopes, a lot of back and forth emails. You might get inundated with tons of emails for all the different envelopes that you have to fill out. And that creates friction between customers and businesses. So Workspaces is a product that we launched earlier this year that solves that by providing a single hub where agreements, documents, and tasks can come together for clients and users. The new Workspaces API, which is now available for developers, will let you programmatically manage these workspaces or shared hubs. And then next year, we're going to follow that up by bringing the ability to embed the workspace into your application. So imagine a custom portal and be able to embed our Docusign workspace application. So what does this all mean? For all of you that's still with us this long day in this room this afternoon, this really is opening up new ways to automate agreement work, and the goal is simple. Get rid of manual disconnected steps, reduce errors, get agreements done faster. It means faster client signups, quicker student enrollment, easier patient intake. So our challenge for you in this room is take advantage of this blend of both low-code and pro-code tools. Build the extensions that connect all of your systems and embed Docusign IM functionality into your applications to make it even richer. And this is how we're going to be able to deliver, with your help, all these truly seamless customer-first experiences. Now, that brings us to our second very exciting key roadmap theme, which is agreement data. For that, I'll hand it back over to Apurva.
Thank you, Larry. Unlocking, yes,
Yeah.
round of applause, please.
I'll take it.
So agreement data, it is foundational for the automation, extensibility, and overall intelligence. You have heard throughout the day about Docusign Navigator. Docusign Navigator helps centralize, manage, analyze agreements at a serious scale. Navigator, as you may know already, is built atop Docusign's AI engine, Iris. This engine is the secret sauce that takes messy, free-form stuff inside your agreements and turns it into structured, actionable data. It lets you search, extract insights, and finally use that data fast. But let's be real. How do you roll this out to an enterprise? It gets pretty complicated. We all know the reality. Not all agreements are with Docusign. Agreements are scattered everywhere. They are in different systems, different formats. You want to bring them all into the Navigator to make sense of them, right? And not just in thousands, maybe in millions. And then you need to tag them with metadata, with the right metadata, things like the CRM account ID, just so that your teams can find what they need, when they need, from the systems where they work, right? And once you have those insights, well, you don't want them locked up in Navigator. You want a way to have them flow into your CRM systems, your business intelligence systems, your automated workflow systems, system of records, right? So what's needed here? This is where the powerful data APIs that we are announcing today are just not a nice to have. They are absolutely foundational for a real enterprise deployment. The ability to extend Navigator through a suite of APIs, connectors, and UI embedding capabilities is what we are talking about. First and foremost is bulk ingestion. I talked about agreements being everywhere, data being messy. Now, with the Navigator APIs that we're announcing, you will be able to import thousands, even millions of agreements at scale into Navigator, which is the IAM repository. This ensures all your agreements, even those outside Docusign, are now searchable, structured, and ready for action. Second, we are coming out with out-of-box connectors for navigators. These connectors will allow you to source agreements from a variety of file and ERP systems into Navigator, as well as store AI-driven agreement insights that you got from Navigator back to CRM, ERPs, data visualization platforms like Power BI. Last but not the least, we are making it very, very easy to embed IAM capabilities, aka Navigator. Navigator can now be embedded directly into your own apps using the same pre-built UI connectors that power similar Docusign integrations that engineers at Docusign have been working on with be it Salesforce, Dynamics, SAP, and more. So IAM functionality for your users, especially Navigator, can now show up right where they are, right where they already work, which is so important. Next, we are deepening integration across platforms. Navigator APIs will allow developers to programmatically update agreements, ingest external metadata as part of the upload process, and run more advanced queries for the search of agreements from your bespoke integrations. We are also working on a Snowflake data share. This data share will enable secure bidirectional data sharing for dynamic reporting without the need for custom pipelines, which have been such a pain point, right? So what have we talked about so far? We've talked about Navigator APIs that ingest data, connectors that can share insights, that can pull data from disparate file systems, ERPs. But still, there is a gap. What's the gap? What is the unique business need? What about agreements that go beyond the standard agreement model? So we have many, many agreement models, but let's say your business has a very unique customized agreement model that needs to come into Navigator, right? Also, once it goes into Navigator, you want to tune the AI. You need a way to build custom extractions and then validate the AI accuracy at scale before go live. So for the first time ever, we are announcing a Navigator toolkit to do exactly that. Builders, developers, system integrators will now be able to customize, test, and deploy Navigator at scale with new agreement types, custom AI prompts, and AI training sets. To show you this in action, so this is not just talk, we actually have a demo. And for that, I want to welcome one of the lead engineers who's actually building this Navigator toolkit, Bharat Relay. Bharat?
Thank you, Apurva. Thank you, Apurva. Hello, everyone. Exciting product showcases today. So we all know that Navigator is a powerful tool to extract value out of your agreements. And to customize Navigator, this is the Navigator experience, where you will see all your agreements here. But I want to add my own agreement types and custom models. So I'll go to Manage Agreement Types. This is where I'll create one agreement type. I'll set them up, define the agreement type, and choose good examples, test for accuracy, and then enable the AI. Similarly, this is for adding my own custom fields. I have to set up or add new custom fields through this setup, define the custom field, highlight some relevant paragraphs in your agreements, test for accuracy, and then enable the AI. This is for one agreement type and one custom field. The UI is awesome, but what happens when, let's say you're working for a customer, Fonterra, and you have 100 agreement types, 100 custom fields, AI prompts which you want to tune for each. The manual process won't scale well when there is a serious scale. And you can't easily replicate this across environments. So as developers, what if you could define, test for accuracy, refine, and then promote it to your customer environments right from your terminal? Well, today, I'm incredibly excited to give you a preview of our upcoming Docusign CLI toolkit, where we are enabling you for the first time to extend Navigator. With just one command, it tells me that my plugin, my toolkit is ready. It gives me some helpful tips. I have a good alias also, just by typing DS. It'll give me some helpful tips of what this plugin or this toolkit allows me to do. We want to customize Navigator. Let's build a Navigator solution, a Navigator package. So I'm going to call ds create, let's call it demo. This particular command created a folder structure for me. Let me go back to my IDE to show you what it did. It created a folder structure. It added a JSON file called as fields manifest, fields JSON, a test folder, and a training folder. The fields JSON is where you will define everything. The test and training folder, you'll drop your agreements here so that Docusign AI custom extractions will train on your test agreements, and when you are ready, you'll test on your test agreements. I have a package ready for this demo, so I'm going to show you the manifest which I authored. The schema is pretty simple to understand, and it's a simple JSON schema. I'm giving some terms, enabling AI, giving examples. These are my AI prompts, which I'm saying loan will commence on January 5, and if you see this, I want January 5th, 24 to be extracted. And I have given a ton of fields with my unique business needs. Let's go back to the CLI. So now that I'm ready, authoring the business needs out of my custom fields and agreement types, I'm going to validate if everything is looking good. Just with the validate command, it gives me a summary of how many custom fields I have authored, the type, the data type of that, whether I have AI enabled it, and how many examples I have given. Navigator wants you to give 10 examples per field so that the AI accuracy is at the top. But we are starting with 3. Let's see. Now that I'm happy, I'm feeling comfortable that everything looks green here, I'm going to call a simple upload command. give the package folder. The command knows what's inside your package. It will read through that package training set, your fields, JSON, and it will create a workflow behind the scenes and call our models, call our AI descriptor service, create everything for you. There's a conflict that there is credit agreement and loan agreement already exist in Docusign. Let me show you what that is, but this is actually good. We have created 10 new agreement custom fields just with this one command. Let's go back to Navigator and let's find that agreement type. So I'll go back to the manage agreement types. The new agreements land in the miscellaneous. Credit card agreement is right here. The AI detection is active. And all the fields which I have authored are being created. It says that the user did it, and AI detection is active. Let's go back to see the second agreement which I created called as loan agreement. Again, that is AI detection active. The custom fields are set up. So I'm ready with my provisioning. And I'll quickly show you the errors which I saw, because Docusign has standard agreement types as well, which got like kind of conflicted with it. We'll improve the error messages. But let's go back to the CLI. The journey doesn't end here. I've just provisioned it. I want to test it. As a developer, my next step is I'm going to test this. So with one simple download command, Docusign test download in a CSV format, giving the package folder. This particular command downloads a sample CSV for me. It will pick up everything from my fields JSON, and it'll ask me to fill this JSON as my testing values, as my test values. So let's go and see that sample. So this is the sample. So now it's giving me, hey, this is where all you have created all the agreement custom fields. Go ahead and fill ground truth values here. I have an example here, and I'm going to show you. So these are my test files, agreements, which I'm going to upload as my test folder, and all the columns which I have authored as agreement fields, I have given them ground truth values. Let's go back to the CLI and actually execute the test by just calling a run script, giving that exact testing CSV. Behind the scenes, it's going to use all the Navigator APIs, it will extract values out of your test data, and it will generate a report. So just with that, I got that loan agreement has 100% accuracy, credit card agreement has 80% accuracy. So let's go back to the original problem. Hundreds of agreement types, hundreds of custom fields, AI training prompts, weeks of manual work. With this iterative feedback loop, you can refine your training data, improve your custom extractions, and once those accuracy scores reach your threshold, you're not ready. You're not done. You're ready to promote this to your production customer environments. And this is just the beginning. You can take this toolkit and integrate it into your agentic systems, into your CI/CD pipelines, into your data pipelines, or even like custom automation scripts. It's not just about building models faster. It's about building smarter agentic systems together. And we are super excited that to bring this developer-first experience in Docusign IAM platform, starting with Navigator. And I can't wait to see the creative ways you will extend, connect, scale this toolkit in your own ecosystems. Thank you very much. Back to you, Purva.
Big round of applause for Bharat. Exciting stuff, right? There's, I think, still nothing like a command line terminal to make a developer's heart race. I feel it. I'm like, oh my God. So that's why we are starting out. Of course, we'll keep working on the interfaces, but the point is, yes, you can bulk ingest to Navigator. You can get extractions, insights, analytics out of it right out of the box. But if you want to customize, you have a way to do that, you have a way to test, and you can deploy at scale. So everything we walked through, I think, truly unlocks new opportunities for all of you. You can now make sense of agreement data across all your connected systems and apps, drive rich AI insights from that data, and enable those insights to power back to your CRM, BI, dashboards, and more. And for the first time, again, you'll be able to customize Navigator through APIs and automate custom configuration, testing, and deployment for your customers. So with that, without further ado, I'm going to hand it back to Larry to now take us through the, last but not the least, the product theme of developer tooling automation. Larry?
All right. Thanks, Apurva. So getting into our final theme of how we're simplifying how you build and manage your integrations. This was, I think, when I joined this team a few years ago, my pet project was let's get rid of this whole demo and prod thing. So let's be honest. We know that building, managing integrations hasn't always been easy, especially with Docusign. We've done such a great job for 2 decades making the UI for signing easy. I think we haven't quite shown the same love to our developers, but that's changed, obviously, over the last couple of years. So these are some of the common pain points that many of you told us about. Developers and admins juggling multiple accounts across environments, dealing with complex authentication flows, figuring out our version of OAuth versus everybody else's version of OAuth, limited insights into what's actually happening, challenges troubleshooting and debugging logs when it comes to remote API executions of our eSign APIs, and oh yeah, that whole 20 API call thing, right? Anybody remember that for the go live? Right. Well, we fixed all of that. And so the next wave of updates that you'll see will simplify every step of that lifecycle from build all the way through to publish. So let's take a look at that now. Now, first, we heard from many of you that managing your apps and also managing developers who are working on those integrations to create and promote them across environments, so demo to prod, can feel more complex or was more complex than it should have been. So to address many of those challenges, as you saw earlier, we're really up-leveling our developer console. It's a relatively new tool that we launched at Discover last year, and it really is a centralized hub for all things you need to do to build, to view, report on, manage, and publish your apps and integrations in one place. So no more being buried under the admin page, subsection 3 of section 14 on the left. We're really elevating all this. And on top of that, you and your IT admins can now securely onboard developers and partners like SIs directly into that production account to manage those integrations seamlessly. And that's a big deal. That means that you can now give access to your partners to come in and work on and manage, troubleshoot integrations in that production environment. And then coming soon, a unified API monitoring dashboard that'll give you full visibility into the health and performance of your integration and API activity, errors, logs, and other key information that you know how to do to diagnose and monitor your app, all within this tool. But don't take it from me. Let's see a demo in action. So with that, I'll welcome Rajveer Sethi, Senior Product Manager, to the stage. Rajveer?
Thank you, Larry. Hello, everyone. Just give me a second. Let me log in. All right. So as Larry mentioned, Dev Console, we really have a bold vision for it. We want Dev Console to be a centralized hub, a true one-stop shop for developers where they can manage everything that they have built with Docusign. Last year, we announced the general availability of the extension app experience in the Dev Console and showcased how easy it is for developers to build, go live, and monitor extension apps. Today, I'm very excited to announce that we are extending that same seamless experience to integration apps and giving developers a true one-stop shop for managing integration apps as well. And this is the landing page of this new integration experience, where you can now manage your integration apps. And before we look into what's new, let's quickly discuss what the pain points were in the previous experience. Like Larry said, Previously, if you wanted to build any integration with Docusign, you had to manage 2 different accounts, one demo and one production. And just to show you that I'm not joking, so this is my apps and keys, a demo. And as you can see, I have this one integration called Fontara CRM Docusign integration, which is live. And this is my demo account. And this integration is actually running in this production account. And just to make sure that this is production, you can see that I cannot create any new integration in the production. I have to create that in demo and then promote it to production. So this 2-account setup, it created 3 big problems for our developers. First, fragmented ownership. So in order to build an integration, developers, they had to start in a separate demo account. And once they were done, they had to promote it to a separate production account. Second problem that it created was complex go-live. So in order for a developer to move their integration into production, they had to chase down admin, asking them to log in their production credentials so that the integration can go in that production account. Again, very painful. And third, it made it really difficult for developers to monitor and troubleshoot the integration. Once the integration goes live, it runs in the production account. And most of the time, we developers, we don't have access to the production account. So anytime if something broke, developers had to again chase down admins, asking them to please pull the logs from the production account and share those logs with the developer so that they can troubleshoot what's the issue, what went wrong. So 2 accounts, 3 big problems, and 1 very frustrated developer. That was the problem we started with. And today I'm very happy that we have solved all of these 3 problems with this new launch. Let me show you how.
He hasn't even demoed it yet. You're already clapping.
Yeah. So again, coming back to this new landing page, now developers, they don't have to start in a separate demo account. They can now directly start in the production account in the dev console. And how we made this happen? By introducing dedicated developer roles in the production account itself. So admins can now add users. And just hold on for a second. So admins can now add users, and then now they will see this new dedicated tab called Developer Access. And then here, they can assign one of these roles to the user. Dev admin, full developer, guest developer. Dev admin, think of them as your super developers. They can then manage Dev Console and access all the integrations in that. And if they want, they can also share any of those integrations with the guest developer. Think guest developer as your system integrators, so that they can further manage that integration. Now let's say that I've been added into this account as a dev admin, and then I've been tasked to create a brand new integration. So how will I do that using this new experience? So I'll click add, I'll give the name. And I hope the demo gods are here. So let me try to refresh and try it again. All right, so here you go. So just with the click of button, I have my integration. This is the landing page of my new integration, and you can see that there is something new here. There's a toggle for me to go between demo and production. In production, you see that everything is grayed out because this integration is not live yet. I have access to my client ID. I can also create client secret. And these are demo client ID and secret. And using these two, now I can access any Docusign API, Navigator API, Maestro API, eSign API, and then start my building and testing process. So now let's say, fast forward, I'm done with my building, I'm done with my testing. I wanted to now promote this to my production account. Again, I don't need to chase down the admin. I'll simply come back to my Dev console, I'll select my integration type, and then upon saving, you'll see that this Go Live button will get active. All right. Yeah, it was working faster in the morning, I promise. So let me try to refresh it again. All right, look, so this Go Live button, it got active. Now I will select the same terms and condition which I selected in apps and keys, but I don't need to enter any production credentials. Behind the scene, now Dev Console is checking whether my production account is eligible to support this use case, which is private custom integration, whether my account has the right plan to take this integration live. So once all these integrations are done, my integration is live. Woo. And similarly, once this integration is live and I wanted to, let's say, monitor this new experience which is not there yet, it's going to be coming soon. We are adding the same goodness to the monitoring experience. You'll have one-stop shop to toggle between demo and production. And then you can retrieve all the logs from this unified experience to then monitor and then seamlessly troubleshoot. So we went from 2 accounts, 3 big problems, 1 very frustrated developer, to 1 account, no more problems, and 1 very happy developer. That's the power of Dev Console. Thank you.
Oh.
Back to you, Larry.
Woo. That demo gets better every time I see it. He's adding more. Are you just adding features as we've been practicing? Well, thank you, Roger, for that very cool demo. And I just, it feels basic, but these kinds of things where you just have to nail the basics, especially for high-frequency tasks, the things that can get in the way of productivity, it's just so important, right? In an age where we talk about AI and flying cars and stuff, you still have to remember to nail the basics. And so as a reminder, the new developer console for managing API integrations is in beta. So we have the experience for managing extension apps is already GA, but now some of the new capabilities that you just saw from Rajveer are available in beta. So would love for you to start kicking the tires and giving us feedback. So moving along, a few other things we want to highlight. First, we're also giving you more enterprise-level control and flexibility, how you manage your integrations. So today, you can already build and distribute what are called private extension apps to enable secure internal integrations just within your organization. And customers love this feature because they can build an app, they can put it in the App Center and make it available just for their own internal organizational users. But as we've been discussing throughout the day, addressing customer needs often involve even more complexity than just an API integration calling REST or an extension app like DV, data verification. We imagine a world where solutions that you build for IAM are going to require even more advanced configurations and many different types of assets. That includes workflow definitions in Maestro, maybe web form, e-sign templates, all of these that need to be stitched together, tested, and validated. So what can you look forward to next year? Well, we're working on some improved sandboxing capabilities that are going to allow you to basically test and validate those complete solution packages faster and safer, along with what we're calling a package management capability, so you can bundle up all those assets and then move them across environments. This is super important. In the past, when developers and builders use our platform, they're building an IK-based integration, they call some APIs, and then they use the tools that Rajveer showed to move them across environments. But we know that with IAM solutions and what you can build, it's going to be much more comprehensive. We showed you things like being able to extend Navigator extractions and asset agreement types. So think of this as a way to bundle all of that goodness into a box. Whether that's a solution for client onboarding or patient onboarding and intake, or maybe it's a B2B sales process that's connected to a customer CRM of choice, being able to test and then deploy and distribute that across environments. We think it's going to be incredibly powerful. And we're also doing a lot of great work when it comes to app awareness and adoption, right? It's not enough to just build it. We want to make it easy for your apps to get discovered and adopted faster and reach Docusign's install base. So through our go-to-market support, we're helping some of our partners, many of our partners, bring solutions to market quickly with dedicated hands-on support. and access to our sellers, customer success, and onboarding services. So it's not just about enabling you to build, but it's also supporting your growth and success. Similarly, we're also enabling what's called auto-installed apps. And so earlier this year, we actually started to bring more auto-installation behavior inside of our product for some of our apps like data verification. Again, we want to reduce the friction around discovery and using those within our products. And I think we're very happy with some of the early results we've been seeing there. We're also introducing other App Center contextual entry points that will then surface your solutions right in the flow of where users are already working, whether that's eSign, web forms, or many of the other tools that we have. And finally, let's talk about the thing that we've been talking about all day, which is AI agents, right? The next frontier, maybe the final frontier. We're investing in agents as not just a platform capability, but almost as a persona in and of itself. Agents consuming our APIs and our tools and capabilities. You saw many very compelling demos of what that looks like today. So of course, our new MCP server that we've been raving about is that bridge that connects Docusign to the agent ecosystems that you're already using, whether that's developer tools like VS Code, Claude, Cursor, or enterprise agent frameworks like Microsoft Copilot or Agentforce, or consumer tools that you saw, right, like ChatGPT. And this isn't just about faster learning, it's also about new ways of creating, bringing your ideas to life and taking them to market. And over time, of course, we'll add even more capabilities to our MCP server. And so as we close this last section of our roadmap, let's just do a quick recap. We've talked about some of the historical friction in our developer experience and how we've invested just a ton in better tooling, better visibility, better management, and making your life just a lot less painful, right, when creating and building with us. And so from AI-powered developers to improved deployment and monitoring, these updates are really designed to make that development process faster, more reliable, more seamless. And you heard that many of these capabilities are launching in beta. So again, we can't wait for you to try it out and, of course, share your feedback. So wrap it up. That's today's product roadmap session. Before we hit happy hour, not that anyone's counting the clock or anything like that, the major takeaways. Number one, you can automate the entire agreement workflow with Maestro and our other capabilities of IAM. Two, you can unlock your agreement data and insights with Navigator. And three, you're now armed with better tools to build faster than ever before with our approved developer experience. You heard at the very beginning, there's never been more opportunity or a better time to build on Docusign, and we really truly can't wait to see what you create.
Thank you, Larry. And as a final note, we encourage you to follow along. We value your feedback. Like I said, I think we want to build this together with all of you. So what's the way to do it? You can give us your input on GitHub. We have published our developer roadmap on the Docusign's public GitHub repository. And thank you again for being great listeners and great audience and being part of our journey to build the future of agreements. And as always, please give us your feedback. It helps us do better for the future sessions. Please complete the survey and look forward to seeing all of you at the happy hour. Thank you.
Don't get up and leave just yet. Yeah, don't leave just yet. Thank you guys. That was so awesome. That type of visibility really just helps, really build confidence so that we can all build together with the future of IAM. And we're just so happy to be able to provide that type of future-facing visibility for y'all.
Yeah, and the show is officially wrapped. The IAM platform is yours to command. I hope you had as much fun learning as I had hosting today.
Yes, oh my gosh, I had so much fun today. As Larry and Apurva highlighted, the IAM platform is your trusted foundation for agentic future of agreements. We are invested and we're investing in that foundation and your success. So I think it's time that we all need to go and celebrate. What do you think?
That's right. The after party starts now. Join us for our final networking session with delicious sushi and the tunes of DJ Dilly. And don't forget, our engineering and product staff will be on hand to dive into live demos and answer any further questions that you have.
Now, before we release you guys, I think you had a few thank yous you wanted to send out, or?
I think you got us covered, but yes, a big thank you again. Today has been nothing short of incredible, and it's because of all of you being here, being part of this journey. I hope you found all the keynotes, the walkthroughs, the product walkthroughs, the demos useful, and thank you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you outside, everyone.
Yeah.